Good morning, students. This is our second chapter for your term 1 revision purpose for class ninth, Socialism, Europe and the Russian Revolution. Students, first thing I am noting that the students of ninth class are not so much enthusiastic to see the videos, especially the revision video, and then how you will hope that you will get good marks, because it is necessary during this pandemic that you have to go through with the all the videos of all subject, and then revision video. Everything is so important, anything can be asked. So I am finding that very less views, especially for ninth class. So you have to pay for that when you will get poor marks. It is necessary. These videos are making to teach you, to clarify your doubts. So if anything will be found wrong in the examination, then you will only the responsible for that. So for term 1 examination, our second history chapter I am going through, just the reminding you that how you have to do the revision for the examination. Earlier we have explained the entire chapter. Here we are main points we are summarizing, and just we are revising the chapter. So socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution, when we started that chapter, so here we basically the heading clears that through the revolution in Russia, socialism became one of the most significant and powerful idea to shape an ideal society in the 20th century. So when we say that socialism in Europe, then we are talking about when the socialism started in Russia, it means Russian Revolution. So it was 20th century. The French Revolution opened up the possibility of creating a dramatic change in the way in which society was structured. So second important thing, that as before that you have studied the French Revolution, and French Revolution is the path which opens the gate for the socialism in Russia also, and how they think about that how the society was in three parts, and the society was in three parts, and it becomes very tough to the common people, that they cannot tolerate any type of discrimination. So three things when we go through the starting of the chapter, it is all about the 20th century when socialism start in the Russia, and French Revolution became a significant turning point for the people of Russia also, that they also motivated themselves for the same type of revolution. Now when we go through the chapter, then the next important terms comes in our mind, the three things: liberals, radicals and conservative. These all group of people are different in their ideology, and they are associated with the Russian Revolution. So liberals, the people, those leaders, the group of people wanted a nation which tolerated all religion. So liberals are the people who want that all religion should be get respect equally, and all religious people who belong to different culture, language, tradition, they should share a mutual respect. So liberals are the people who belong the mentality that every religion should be tolerated equally. Second, radicals, how the radicals different from the liberals in the Russian society. Radicals wanted a nation in which government was based on the majority of country's population. So they radicals wanted that the government should be based on the people's view who are in greater in number. So it is also not the democracy, as what about the people who are less number in the nation. So radicals are also not fully democratic in their views. Third term is come in the that conservative. They accepted that some changes were inevitable, but believed that the past had to be respected and changes had to be brought about through a gradual process. So conservative is also not fully democratic, as they wanted that there should be a change, but the past should be respected. The past thing should be just like the autocratic rule should be continue, and some changes should be there, but it should be gradual and in a motion, a slow manner. So they are also not in the fully favor of democracy. So Russian Revolution, the socialism in Europe, and Russian Revolution, it is French Revolution, opens the door for the Russian Revolution. When we study the socialism in Russia, then we come to know the three groups of people: the liberals, radicals, and conservative. Next important thing, industrial society and social change. That how the industrial society changed when the people became socially active. That in Russia, it was the beginning of the industrial revolution. Also in Russia, when socialism started, the industrial changes also started. Now men and women, children were pushed into the factories for low wages. Now the women also, and not only men but women and children also pushed, they were forced to do the factory odd works for low wages. They were not getting enough amount of wages, but they are having the low wages. Liberals and radicals, who were the factory owner? Who were the factory owner? Liberals, who believe that every religious people, every religion should be treated equally, and the radicals, they were the factory owners. They felt that efforts must be encouraged so that benefits of industrialization may be passed on to the workers. So, liberals at the time of industrial revolution in Russia, the liberals and the radicals wanted that the new type of industrial rules should be passed, so that which are related to the workers. Now when we say socialism in Europe, how the socialism started in Europe, some socialists believed in the idea of cooperative, while others demanded that governments encourage cooperative. These cooperatives were to be the association of people who produce goods together and divide the profits according to the work done by the members. Karl Marx. When we study socialism in Europe, there are thinkers and the Democrats. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels believed that a socialist society would free the workers from capitalism. This would be a communist society. Now, Karl Marx and Friedrich, according to them, they wanted the Russian society should be communist society. Workers in Germany and England began forming association. When the workers were getting low wages and their working hour unlimited, then now they started to raise their voice. In Germany and England, they started to make their association, fight for the better living condition. They set up funds for members and distress. They wanted reduction of working hours. As I told you, how they were exploited, that they were having unlimited working hours in Russia during the Russian Revolution or the Industrial Revolution in Russia, and their working hours unlimited. So they want that the working hours should be limited, and they have to be blessed with the voting power. Russia had remained for centuries under the despotic rule of the Tsar. The nobility monopolized all the higher position in government. People could be subjected to search and arrest on mere suspicion. That now that for a long time Russia witnessed the Tsar's monarchy system. So that's why they were and the people who were fighting for their rights, they were just arrested without any without any warrant or without any charge. The Russian Tsar had built a vast empire which included parts of Poland and the countries called Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and Belarus. So these are the Tsar's autocratic empires where he has captured his grip. The peasants. Now we are talking about Russian Revolution. The peasant had to pay heavy dues and for the land, and they got. You can imagine if you study the French Revolution also or the Russian Revolution, the people who belong to agricultural activity, it means small farmers and peasants, always they suffered by the heavy tax, and they were having the heavy dues which are so necessary, and they were compelled to pay the heavy dues and taxes to the king. There was a lot of restlessness in the country. There was so much of chaos, and you can say so much of dissatisfaction among the people, as the factory worker was also exploited. Women and children were working in an odd condition, and the peasants were also having the burden of the heavy tax and dues. So whole scene, whole society and maximum people were just you can say discriminated on the basis of their economic background. Only the royal people were enjoying their liberty and their powers and their autocratic rule they were enjoying. The real seeds for the revolution lay in the poverty and exploitation. Very important thing that where the seed, the starting point of revolution in Russia, from where it has taken birth. So it has taken the birth because of the poverty and exploitation of the masses, that how the great number of the people, industrial worker and the peasants and farmers and their family, how they were suffering for the adverse poverty as well as the exploitation. These were the main two causes for the Russian revolution or socialism in Europe. Now the important will continue, the important thing. Now, backwardness of industry and agriculture. Backwardness of industry and agriculture, exploitation of workers, political, they were not having any political right. Common people, and oppression of non-Russian were also the major factor responsible for the Russian Revolution. So in this point you are studying what were the reason for the Russian Revolution. These are the main reason for the Russian Revolution. First, backwardness of industry and agriculture. That agriculture sector was and agriculture based industry were not having their development. Workers exploitation was so much in the factory field. It included the women, children and men, and they were not having any type of political right. The common people and the oppression of non-Russian and even the people who not belong to the native Russian land, they were also oppressed, they were also compelled and they were also tortured. That's why these were the reason for the Russian Revolution. Now 1895 the Social Democratic Party was formed. When the Social Democratic Party was formed? In 1895, which broke into two fractions in the 1903, and further in 1903 this Socialist Democratic Party also divided in two party. One is Bolsheviks and second is Menshevik. So under Social Democratic Party there are two parts. First one is Bolshevik Party and second Menshevik, which emerged as the two most important political party of Russia. Name any two political party of Russia. So first one is Bolshevik and second is Menshevik. In the year of 1904, prices of essential goods rose so quickly, the real wages declined by percent. During this time, 4 members of the Putilov iron worker were dismissed, against which a procession of so many workers in St. Petersburg, led by the Father Gapon, reached Winter Palace and was attacked by the police and Cossacks. That it was also I have already explained that what has happened in 1904, that when the acute wages decline for the workers, then they just come out as a revolution, and then they with the help in the supervision of St. Petersburg, which was led by Father Gapon, they reached at Winter Palace and attacked by the police and Cossack. And these revolutionary attacked by the police, 100 workers were killed. The workers who were agitating, who were fighting for their equal wages and rights, they all about 100 workers were killed and about 300 were wounded. It was a very adverse and the very, you can say, sad moment for the Russian people, the Russian workers. The incident which is known as Bloody Sunday, the same incident where 100 workers were killed and about 300 were wounded, known as Bloody Sunday, started a series of events that became known as the 1905 revolution. And after this Bloody Sunday, the chain of the revolution in Russia started, and it was known as 1905 revolution. The First World War broke out in 1914. After it, 1905, the revolution started in a series in Russia, and it was a result. It resulted into the First World War in 1914. The Tsar dragged Russian into the war, and who is responsible? The Tsar. This proved fatal and brought about the final breakdown of Russian autocracy. And after the First World War, the autocratic rule of Russia also come to an end. Shortage of food became the immediate cause of the February Revolution. And after that, what had happened? The February Revolution started, and the main reason of that shortage of food. On 25th February 1907, the Tsar dissolved the Duma and the country was put up martial law. Now, the martial law was imposed in 1917 and Tsar dissolved the Duma. Duma was their parliament, it was known as Duma. The Tsar abdicated on 15 March 1917. The provincial government decided to hold elections for a constituent assembly to frame a constitution for the country. So during 15 March 1917, the Tsar was abdicated and the constituent assembly formed in Russia. On November 7, 1917, a second revolution broke out and in Russia, which was known as Bolshevik Revolution or October Revolution. So many revolutions that after the, as I told you, that after the Bloody Sunday, the chain of revolution started in Russia, which involved the First World War, then the February Revolution, and now the October Revolution or Bolshevik Revolution. Lenin was the most important leader of the Bolshevik. Who was the leader of Bolshevik? Lenin. He is regarded as one of the greatest leader of the socialist movement. Who was known as the greatest leader of the socialist movement? Who was also the leader of Bolshevik party? Lenin. The Bolshevik believed that they should stick to the revolutionary creed, whereas the Mensheviks wanted to carry on their struggle in a legal parliamentary manner. Now Russia withdrew from the war even at the cost of breaking off its relationship with Britain and France. Now Russia withdraw the war. They just stop the war, and even they have to pay the cost that when they withdraw the war, they also break their relationship with Britain and France. The first ministry of the new Bolshevik government was formed on November 8, 1917, and in which Lenin and Trotsky became prime minister and foreign minister respectively. The first constitution was adopted in Russia in July 1918. Now you can see that from French Revolution started in 1977 when the Russian Revolution started. After that, you can see that in up to the 1918 they have to struggle, and finally in July 1918 the Russia became a constituent assembly, and this constitution was known as the Constitution of RSFSR, the Russian Socialist Federative Soviet Republic. In 1922, the Russian Socialist Federative Society Republic united with Ukraine and other Soviet republics and formed Union of Soviet Socialist Republic USSR. The revolution put an end to the autocratic monarchy in Russia. The Russian Revolution helped in the spread of socialism and communism in the world. So you can see that now after reading so many points, you come to know what is all about socialism in Europe. That after the Russian Revolution, when the socialism, it means equality among the people, established in the Russia, and it is all about the socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. So in this manner, it is necessary that to revise the chapter, and only the student can revise who are daily listening video, who are doing homework, and who are really working hard. Otherwise you cannot understand the topic, and if you will not understand, you cannot get the good marks, because 9th class is very not attentive to see the video and to do the homework in a proper manner. You are just running from your responsibility. So don't hope to get the good marks without any hard labor. God bless you. Thank you.